Welcome back to IntyCenter, everybody. It is a cold and snowy Sunday here in the western suburbs of Cleveland, which makes it a perfect day to defund and abolish ICE. And with that stated for emphasis once again, let's go ahead and jump into our whip around FODEUSS. And not gonna lie, starting pitching hot out of the gate this week. First up, we got Roger Clemens against Lefty Grove. Clemens leaves the game without giving up a run in 7 and 2/3 innings. He gives up just 3 hits. Grove gives up 1 run on 3 hits in 6 innings. Both bullpens hold. That means it's a 1-0 win for Let's Play 2, thanks to a fourth inning sac fly from the big hurt, Frank Thomas. Elsewhere, it was Pedro Martinez and Edwin Diaz combining to allow just 2 hits to the Reseda Free Fallers. Sandy Koufax would go the distance for Reseda, giving up just 2 hits of his own. The difference? One of those hits given up by Martinez was an RBI double to the man with the best last name in baseball, Mookie Betts. That came in the third inning, and that leads to a 1-0 win for the Free Fallers. Now, Pie Trainer, he had himself a game against Game of Throws in their series opener. His single in the top of the ninth broke a 7-7 tie by scoring Jim Rice. That was his fourth hit and his seventh RBI of the game. Wilbur Wood, hashtag Wilbur Strong in his patch of glory, took care of throws in the bottom of the inning, and that's an 8-7 win for Jolly Roger. Hey, down 6-5 and down to their final out. Performance Enhancers got a solo homer from Aaron Judge to tie it at 6 in the ninth and send us to extra innings. In the top of the 11th, a 2-run pinch hit homer from Jim Edmonds not only breaks the tie, it breaks Jedi Marine's heart. But that heart wouldn't stay broken for long. Robin Yount is there in the bottom of the inning. He puts that heart back together with a walk-off 3-run blast, and that'll give the win to the all-seeing Angels of Hernandez. Hey, in the 11th inning, Fred Dunlap delivered a 1-out RBI single to score Ross Barnes to finally break the deadlock between the Demon Bags and the Barons. Steel Arm Tyler got a 1-2-3 bottom of the ninth, ending it with a flyout of the pinch-hitting Ken Griffey Jr. that nails down a 6-5 win for the visitors. New York State Mound jumped out to a 5-0 lead in the very first inning, and they led 9-5, that Dolly Parton scoreline, heading into the bottom of the eighth. A 2-run homer from Ted Simmons brought every city to within 9-7 in the ninth, and a 2-run homer from Carl Yastrzemski that, let's be honest, in some ballparks, based on the distance, would have been a pop fly in the infield. But in Heel's bandbox, it's a home run. That's where the game was played. That's all that matters. It's going to tie it up at 9. We go to the 10th, and in the 10th, Al Rosen walks it off with a homer. He sends the fans home happy. Elsewhere that day, Jacob deGrom, things happened to Jacob deGrom, and the year the Toad might be on. Check out the box scores for those ones. But I want to talk to you about May the 4th. And after a Robin Yount RBI double in the bottom of the ninth, the all-seeing Angels of Hernandez led the Enhancers 7-2. But a 2-run double from Jimmy Collins worked kind of like a small one-man fighter in the Death Star trench run and sparked a rally, because all rebellions begin with hope, to bring the Enhancers within 7-5. A 3-run homer from Dick Allen 1 inning later would prove that, yes, Pointy's Death Star is quite operational. They would take the lead 8-7. Zach Britton comes in and he loads the bases with 1 out. Bases loaded, 1 out. Robin Yount comes to the plate. He grounds it to short, but the lead runner gets gunned down at the plate like someone bullseyeing a womp rat back home. That brought up Yadier Molina for the Angels. That boy was their last hope. Alas for the Angels, there was no other. Molina grounded out to second, and once more, The enhancers revealed themselves to Albuquerque, and at last they had their revenge. That was probably one Star Wars pun too many, but who cares? All right. There was only one run scoring play in the opener between Reseda and the performance enhancers. That was a grand slam hit by Al Simmons. That's enough to back Tarek Skubal, who tossed a four-hit shutout. The enhancers win that one 4-0. Hey, question for you. Is three doubles in a game any good? What about three doubles and a homer? That's what Ty Cobb did in their series opener against Albuquerque. Not that his team needed all that. Not with Vita Blue tossing a seven-hit shutout. Amazings will take that one 9-0. So we check in on May the 6th. This is a day of extra inning games. We'll start with the long one. That's what she said. Reseda at the enhancers. A 2-2 game after Bobby Grich ties it in the ninth with a solo homer. Will stay that way for an entire game's worth, all the way till the 18th inning. That's when Joe Gordon brings home Jocko Milligan, and the enhancers take that one 3-2. Atlanta Animes, they had plenty of chances to avoid their 17th straight loss, but they couldn't get it done. Dobie Moore walks it off. That's a leadoff homer in the bottom of the 12th as the brand new ball players take that one 6-5. Frankie Frisch singled to score Jose, 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 Jose. Ramirez in the 10th inning. Tim Lincecum puts down Jolly Roger in order, and the D-Bags will win that one 4-3. And then let's check in on our fourth extra inning game of that one day, because literally half the league went to extras on a single day. That one gives us a walk-off three-run homer from Hack Wilson. It's only the 10th inning, so it's not quite as exciting as the other games. Let's Play 2 takes it 7-4 over New York State a mound. Same day, not an extra innings game, but we did get a pinch hit walk-off two-run homer with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth inning from Josh Gibson. That helps the Gales of November beat the Bandwagoners 10-9. But somehow, I posted this one in the thread with a screenshot. Somehow we might have actually saved the craziest extra inning game for our last set of games on May 7th. Let's set the scene. City of Ostenard fall behind 8-0 after 4 innings as Bob Gibson got absolutely rocked in this one. While Paul Hines' two-run homer sparks a 6-run 6th inning to get them back into it, but they're still down 8-7 heading into the ninth. With 2 outs in the ninth, Denny Lyons hit what should have been the game-ending ground ball back to the pitcher, but Jake Arrieta flubs it. Roger Connor scores. Roger, process that one. And we go off to extra innings. We're going to go to the 12th inning, and we're going to get a 2-out, 2-run triple from Mike Trout to cap a 3-run inning. And that has the Surfers on top 11-8. But you all know we're not done yet. In the bottom of the inning, it's a Deacon White leadoff homer, and it's the old battle droid again, Roger Connor, a 2-out, 2-run homer, and we are tied at 11. Take that score to the 14th, top of the inning. Jeff Kent, RBI double. The Surfers are back on top. Bottom of the inning, Stan Musial, RBI double, ties it up. But on that play, Musial gets thrown out at third base trying to advance. And so there's no more runs for Sithy in that inning. We go to the 16th. Corey Seager hits a 2-run homer as part of a 5-run inning for the Surfers. Sithy looks like they might get something going, but they can't get out of their own way in the bottom of the inning. Nap LaJoie, he has a leadoff single, but he gets thrown out at second trying to stretch it. Tip O'Neill gets a single with 1 out, but Stan Musial hits into a game-ending double play to end that crazy one. And you know what? That's going to do it for IntyCenter this week because, to be honest, while I don't smoke and I've never smoked, after recapping that game, god damn, I need a cigarette. We'll catch you next time on IntyCenter for another whip around FODEUSS.